Well, here we go with some more rain moving in for our Wednesday, but a break does happen as we head through Thursday before more storms come back into the forecast. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still here with your Wednesday morning web blog here forecast, and take a look at what I am tracking. As I mentioned, more rain moving back in, but here's how things are breaking down for the day today. It's going to be especially east of Highway 17 or south and east of the Kenansville, Kinston to Washington line. That's where I think the best rainfall chances are going to be as we go through the day today. And I think by early afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock, we are going to start to see a little bit of the action taper off as it moves off to the north and the east. As I mentioned, a brief break comes our way as we head through the day tomorrow, and then there's the potential for some stronger storms, maybe even some damaging storms in here as we head in through late Friday and especially going into Saturday. That's something we'll continue to alert you to. Now, speaking of rainfall, take a look at rainfall over the last 48 hours. Kenansville now over an inch of rainfall, Jacksonville just shy of an inch. And notice in Hyde County, the yellow showing up. That's 2 to 3 inches of rainfall there. Meanwhile, other spots like Kinston, like Greenville, really haven't seen a whole lot of action. But well, that will make up for that in some spots as we go on through the day today. Our Storm Track 12 threat tracker does remain in the medium category for today, and even we'll put it in the medium category on late Friday with the showers and thunderstorms, giving us a chance for some damaging wind gusts and heavy downpours. But tomorrow, I think we're going to be okay in here. I mean, maybe an isolated storm with a brief downpour along the sea breeze front for the majority of us, though. It is going to be a nice sunny day in here for tomorrow. We have seen some peaks of sunshine from time to time as we've gone through the day here already this morning, but the Oriental time lapse does show the clouds already starting to move back in relatively quickly. So your Storm Track 12 forecast shows showers and thunder showers morning into the early afternoon hours south and east of the Kinston to Kenansville to Washington line. North and west of that, I think by mid to late afternoon, we'll start to see some breaks in that overcast, and that's where some of our warmer temperatures also will be coming in from. Now, we'll continue to see clouds decrease as we go overnight tonight, and as a result, that could lead to some patchy light fog for us early tomorrow morning. Dew points start to come down a little bit. I think we'll finally get temperatures into the upper 60s and low 70s and slightly less humid conditions in here for tomorrow. Again, we're not talking about refreshing, cool Canadian air mass in here, but at least slightly less humid conditions in here for tomorrow. A little bit warmer, though, with temperatures back up near 90 degrees and a chance for some isolated thunder showers around along the sea breeze front. I think that's where the majority of it will be tomorrow. Here's part of the reason why we've got this persistent pattern going on, and a lot of it has to do with the way the jet stream is configured. Notice, trough digs itself out across the eastern portion of the United States. One upper-level ridge sitting here off of, say, Bermuda in the western Atlantic, the other one back out here in the Rockies. And what we promote is southwesterly flow coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. As these little troughs, these short waves and pockets of cold air rotate on through, they're helping to touch off the showers and thunderstorms. Now, notice future track here stops on Friday. The West Atlantic ridge kind of pushes back a little bit further to the west, and as a result, we've got a good flow of moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, deep level trough digging in across the Great Lakes, and that is going to set the stage for some strong to possibly severe storms as this cold front is going to be working its way eastbound here. You'll notice the low actually kind of cuts off late Friday going into Saturday, and still we continue on Saturday with this pocket of cold air in here, some short waves rotating around the trough. That's why I think Eastern Carolina does have the chance, maybe late Friday, more so probably into western North Carolina and central North Carolina on Friday, but definitely going into Saturday for us here in the east to see some stronger to possibly severe storms. Now notice as we go into Monday, yeah, still a slight trough across the eastern portion of the United States, but the ridge kind of flattens out here. That pushes some of that heat back on the flattening ridge, and as a result, I think we'll warm things up and clear things out as we go into next week. Notice where we're seeing the showers and thunderstorms now is all across the deep south here, so that's where we do have the best chance of seeing this heavy rainfall for the day today, but it's what's coming across the north here today, across Minnesota and the Dakotas. That's what we're going to be tracking with that front. Eventually getting in here as we head in through late tomorrow night. It'll make its way in through the mountains, and then by Friday be crossing the area here. As far as what we're going to expect for our day today, It is showers and thunder showers are going to be around. A good deal of cloud cover, especially for the morning hours here for us in eastern Carolina, and that's exactly what Future Track is showing us here. Notice from that Kenansville to Kinston to Washington line, that's where the best chance of showers and thunder showers are going to be through at least the early afternoon. Now, notice by 4 or 5 o'clock, Future Track's kind of taking the rainfall off the coast. And as I mentioned, inland spots, we may start to see some breaks of sunshine there as the clouds thin out a little bit, and that's where some of our warmer temperatures are going to be. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies at worst. Tomorrow, a little bit of action developing along the sea breeze front, but really, I think a good hot day for us for tomorrow. And then notice that return flow of moisture with showers back in here on Future Track as early as Friday morning. Now, speaking of the tropical and the tropical feel, we are watching Ernesto made landfall around 11 o'clock last night along the Yucatan Peninsula, and Chichen Itza, Cancun, Cozumel, showers and thunder showers, heavy at times. But notice it is starting to ingest a little bit of drier air from southern Mexico. Another couple areas that I am watching in the Atlantic, one wave working its way through west of the Cape Verde Islands. And the second one, this cluster of thunderstorms here, this is the remnants of Florence. Again, I'm not saying it's going to make its way back to the east coast of the United States, but it is something we will need to track, as it could get between Bermuda and Hatteras as we head in through the weekend. All right. Current stats as of 8 o'clock this morning's got Ernesto down to 60 mile an hour, down from near 70 mile an hour, where it was at landfall. In fact, it came in as a Category 1 hurricane, and you'll notice it merging back out over the Bay of Campeche and potentially fluctuating with a Category 1 hurricane before it makes a secondary landfall early Friday morning and then gradually works its way through Mexico. And it looks like some heavy rainfall is going to be coming along the Mexican mountains as it does make its way inland. Could be looking at a foot or more of rain. Here's our planning forecast for us here in eastern Carolina. Showers and thunder showers around at least until early afternoon, especially south and east of the Kenansville, Kinston to Washington line. And then after that tomorrow, improvement in here. Showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast on Friday. The timing could be as quick as Future Track or maybe a little bit delayed. That's something we'll continue to alert you to. But what I am most concerned about is on Saturday, chance for severe storms in here for us in eastern Carolina. So that's something we'll continue to watch. And then notice how we clear out and still stay seasonably warm heading into next week. Keep it tuned right here. We'll continue to keep you updated as we get closer to Friday and Saturday with that potential severe weather threat for us here in eastern Carolina. Have yourself a good Wednesday. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.